the idea of living in this world alone is such a death sentence, in my opinion.
It
Like,
is.
like this idea of and we have access even just now digitally to so many people. And
Right.
yet we feel so alone societally, right? Like we feel like we
Right.
can't learn from anybody, that woe is me. And don't get me wrong, some people have real struggles, like, and myself included, right? I'm not perfect. But I do believe that like there's so much value in engaging, even with a total stranger. You can learn
Mhm.
so much about yourself in just having perspective. And that's what my
Mhm.
dad was really trying to teach me in that moment of like, you can have a bad day, but just remember that there are so many people out there whose days are much worse than yours. So
Mhm.
that even in your darkest time, there's still so much to be grateful for, which is a different way than like eat your broccoli because kids are dying, right? Like that doesn't actually teach you anything. You're like, yeah, okay, I'm aware of that, but like, what does that mean to me right now?
Right. How can I
Mhm.
relate to
Right?
that?
How can I relate to that in this moment? But if you just step outside in New York or in any city, like I always say to people, just step outside. Just
Yeah.
remove yourself from where you're sitting alone and just realize that this world is really big. There's a lot of people. There's a
Mhm.
lot to learn.
Mhm.
Something that's, like, resonated with me a lot recently, kind of while I'm, navigating hardships or, anything or anxiety or whatever, is that I realized that nothing that I'm experiencing is truly unique. Like,
Mhm.
there's so many people that have
So true.
experienced, like,
Yeah.
the fucking
Hmm.
heartbreak or,
Yeah. Yeah.
stress at work or just, like, anxiety about life, and something that I've honestly found a lot of comfort in is that it is not I'm not that fucking special. This is
Yeah.
not a
I feel
unique
you. I know what you
experience.
mean. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I love that, and I feel like it really gets you out of your own head and,
Hmm.
connecting with others.
Yeah, I went through a breakup like a year and a half ago that like rocked my world type breakup. And I remember like in my like searching for tools and help and conversation, there was this podcast I listened to by Brendan Burchard, and he talks about how like heartbreak is actually a universal experience. And like we don't think of it that way, but like talk about something that most 99% of people can relate to is a broken heart.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, wow,
Yeah. You're
like
like, "Holy shit."
so
Yeah.
holy shit, because it feels so isolated because you're just
Yeah.
like
So
you and that
isolating.
person are suffering
Right.
individually, right? Like that is true. Like there's no one else who's suffering in your breakup besides you two. But the emotional experience of heartbreak is a universal experience. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows what that feels like. Even if it's just you and your crush chose the other girl, like, oh, that's heartbreak
Yeah.
too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%.